Moving into a smaller space can help with many things, including your budget, your to-do list, and your overall frame of mind. Less stuff equals less stress, right? It's really important to do downsizing right, and here's a guide on how. Whatever the reason for downsizing, divorce, death, retirement, empty nest, there are many benefits that it's important for you to grasp and focus on as you prepare to do it. The first is an increased cash flow. If you downsize, your mortgage will be lower, which leaves you extra money each month. Lower utility bills, less square footage means less space to heat and cool, less maintenance, whether that means there's physically less for you to maintain or financially because you no longer have to have a pool or a lawn service, and less cleaning. Go from 2,000 plus square feet to 1,300. Your cleaning will be greatly reduced. And overall, it's often a reduced stress, both financially and physically. So keep these points in mind as you begin this journey of downsizing. And if you're unsure if downsizing is right for you, ask yourself these questions. Do you have any unused rooms? Can you afford to stay in your current home for the next 5, 10, 15, or 20 years? Is your yard easy to maintain? Do you feel isolated? Do you have too much stuff to manage? And do you have a lot of equity in your home? These answers can bring clarity to what is otherwise oftentimes a very difficult decision. If you have decided that downsizing is the right move for you, here's how to prepare. First, analyze your budget. Spend some time looking at your current budget or creating one if you don't have one, and then compare it to what your new budget will be when you downsize. Things like property taxes, HOA, utility bills, lawn service, homeowners insurance, and more. Figure out what bills are going to stay the same, like your cell phone, and what other bills are going to either get smaller or go away completely. Keep in mind that if you are downsizing to move into a rental, that rentals do go up year after year, and so does renter's insurance. So be sure to factor in that volatility in your budget. After you analyze your budget, the next thing to do is to calculate your moving costs. Odds are, if you're over the age of 30, no one that you know wants to risk throwing out their back to help you move. So it's time to hire professionals. The cost of this is going to vary whether you're moving locally just to a new neighborhood or if you're moving to another city or state. There's also different levels. Some movers just come and pack the truck, while other movers pack everything in your house and load the truck as well. The next thing to do if you own your current home is to figure out the cost of selling. If you're selling your property, be sure to factor in the cost of any repairs or renovations or things like painting and landscaping to get your house ready for the market. Also, be sure to get a net sheet from your real estate agent so that you know how much you stand to profit after the sale of your home when your mortgage gets paid off and all the other professional fees are taken care of. Next, make a downsizing binder. Yes, grab a brightly colored folder or a 3-ring binder and put all of your important paperwork in it. I'm talking moving contracts, receipts, any paperwork that you need to have handy, because once you start packing up, it's going to be harder to locate things, and if all the important documents are in one location, you're going to thank yourself. And finally, be sure to pack yourself a first night bag. No matter how organized your labeling system is, when you move into a new property, you're going to be looking for stuff. So before all of that commences, get yourself a bag and pack the essentials for the first night or two. Toothbrush, toiletries, pajamas, an outfit for the next day, paper towels, paper plates, snacks, medications, all the things that you're going to need in the first 24 to 48 hours that you can put in one box and literally put on the driver's seat next to you. As you get your plan into action, now it's time to move to what may be the most time-consuming phase, which is decluttering. And how do you declutter, may you ask? One room at a time. Don't try and tackle your entire house. It's much more manageable to break it up room by room into small chunks. Plus, it gives you a sense of accomplishment and keeps you motivated. When the office or guest room is totally done, it allows you to move on to the next space rather than waiting at the end for the entire house to be ready. The rooms that you use the least often are the best to start with. Think guest room, office, attic, maybe the garage. And as you go through the decluttering process, don't hesitate to ask for help. Friends, family, or if needed, hire a professional. An outside source can be really wonderful in trying to figure out what should stay and what should go. As you go room by room, take an inventory. Remember that moving binder? If you're using professional movers, take an inventory of everything that's going with you so that if anything is lost or damaged, you have the ability to make a claim. As you go through your things, the next decision is, do you sell it, donate it, or ditch it? Everything in your home is going to fall into one of these three categories. Make sure you consider your new space as you go through your current space. For example, if you have a big, beautiful dining room table, but your condo has no formal dining space, you're probably not going to be able to take it. If you have any collections, valuables, or antiques that perhaps people you know or your next of kin's not interested in, you have the opportunity to sell it, and the proceeds of that can help offset the cost of your move. Other items that are still in good shape can either be given to friends or family, or you can look up some local charities. Many of them will even come to your house to do large pickups. Anything that can't be sold or is too worn to be donated probably needs to be ditched. This can be a hard one, so remember, one room at a time and take breaks as you need them. I often get asked the question, sell, donate, or ditch, but can I have a maybe pile? I tend to stay away from a maybe pile because most everything ends up in it, and then the decision fatigue becomes all too real and overwhelming. If you have a lot of memories in a house or personal items, it can be very hard to get rid of. But if that's you, try this. Do your best to avoid the maybe pile, because what ends up happening is far more ends up in that pile than any of the other three, which leads to decision fatigue and analysis paralysis. You can also implement the 20/20 rule, which is used by a lot of professional organizers. The 20/20 rule says if any item can be replaced in less than 20 minutes or for less than $20, toss it. As you're coming down through the checklist and getting ready to move to your downsized property, it's really great to utilize smart design to make the most out of your smaller space. Think of your space as multi-purpose. Perhaps the guest room and the office get combined into the same space, or maybe you get a coffee table that has storage inside of it to hold board games. What you don't want to do is overcrowd your smaller space with too much stuff or furniture that's too bulky. Storage units are an option as well. However, be careful. If you're just getting storage because you want to store things you can't bear to get rid of, but that you don't really use, it's not the best use of your time and your finances. If the only time you're going to open that storage unit is once or twice a year to put more stuff in it, then whatever's in that storage unit, you don't need. If downsizing feels like a huge mountain you have to climb, remember, break it down into one step at a time. Remember why you're doing it and enlist help along the way. Because once you get through it, you're going to feel so much better and lighter on the other side. And if you're not sure if that other side should include buying something smaller or renting something out, I've got a tale of two boomers that's going to give you a lot of clarity. I'm Lindsey Johnson, your resource for all things real estate. See you next time.